Simple question. What do you want? No. Not what you don't want. Not the things you want to get rid of in life. What do you want? Now, it's a really simple question, apparently. But you don't know, do you? And that's crazy, because you're successful. You've probably got the car that you want. You've probably got the house you want. Maybe you're striving for more things, but you've kind of got this dream life, this thing that so many people are looking round at you and going, my God, he's made it. My God, look at her. She looks amazing. She's got this great career, this great family. So why can't you answer the simple question of what do you want? But the other question you probably ask yourself is, why am I not happy? Why do I feel miserable? I've got everything I should want. I've got the car, the family, I've got the house. And yet I feel trapped. I feel miserable. I don't get any time to myself. I don't like the way I look. Any number of these things that's going through your head. Like, why? Why do I feel like this? And it comes down to being out of balance. And by that, I mean, you're so focused on the career or the earning the money that you've got to this amazing position, but now it takes every effort of yourself to keep yourself going, to provide for the family. And it's bloody exhausting. And I know, I've been there. And you sort of sit there and you look around and you can't work out why you're trapped. Maybe you're coming home from work and you're stressed. And you're looking at the kids and you're going, why can't you just be quiet? Why can't you behave? Why can't you be like the other kids? And then you sort of slip into that routine of having a drink maybe, or like beating yourself up with a fad diet, or like working really hard. And then you're back to doing some more work in the evenings because you just are on that treadmill that you're trapped. You need to keep delivering. There's no vitality in life. There's no love for things that you kind of so used to have. And maybe that feels better having heard it said to you, because it would have felt better to me all those 10 years ago when I was overweight, I was anxious, I was just burning myself out, and I thought it was just me. I thought it's poor Jeremy doesn't have goals. Poor Jeremy, so focused on this. If only I earned another £1,000 a month. If only I had this. If only I had that. If only I had this job title. On and on and on. And it just constricted me to the point of not knowing what to do. Life just feels relentless. It's ongoing. It's just on and on doing the same things. You think, I'll have a drink. I'll feel better tomorrow. But it doesn't. It's just rinse, repeat, go again. And all that time, it's just dragging you down. And there's kind of that no end. Like there's no end in sight. And that was me. Maybe you've resigned yourself to, at least in 20 years, 40 years, I'll retire. And then I'll be able to do the things that I always wanted to do. But why do you want to wait till you're 65, 70 to do those things? I mean, you're probably not bungee jumping. You're probably not going on adventures. You're probably not, like, the kids are growing up. You can't have that. You're never going to have that fun time. You're never going to have that frivolous play that you kind of feel like you can't do because you're so wound up and so busy. And I get it. This was absolutely me. This was me 12 years ago when I was looking at myself. We had engagement photos and I couldn't look at myself and I was like, that's horrific. And I had to lose weight. And then I was working so many hours that I took my laptop on honeymoon because I had to work and work couldn't last without me, and it's just crazy. And then the biggest one was I was trapped by anxiety. I didn't want to leave the house. I was living this amazing lifestyle of flying around the world in business class. The chauffeur picked me up. I went and drank champagne, and the whole time I didn't want to leave the house. I was so anxious and scared of what might happen. But I had to keep pushing through it. And I lived on adrenaline and fear and stress for years. And it just broke me to the point of burnout. And I don't want that to happen to you. So I wanted to take you through a couple of myths that seem to come up in the world. And we all kind of conform to them. So the first myth is, when it's busy, double down. And by double down, I just mean like work harder. Everyone says, oh, I'm really busy, I'm going to have to work this evening. Or I'm really busy, I'm going to have to work this weekend. Oh, I can't possibly go out for drinks. I can't possibly take up sport. I can't put like blah, blah, blah. On it goes. And I was exactly the same. The problem is, without having any rest into your schedule, you're just digging yourself deeper. There's no quality work done after a 14, 16, 18-hour day. Sitting on your phone at night checking your emails because you're worried that you're going to miss something or you're going to lose a 24-hour cycle is totally counterproductive. If you don't get that rest period in, it will burn you out, and then you're out for a long time. Work will wait. It's all about prioritization. It's all about, when work's too busy, working out what is the highest priority that you need to work on. Myth number 2 is around the feeling of needing to provide for your family. And this is a really hard one because, you're successful, you're bringing in money. That money buys, the nice cars, the clothes, the sports, maybe the private school, the big house. But the kids don't care. The family doesn't care because you're not there. You might be there in body at some stage, but often you're not there in spirit. You're not there in vitality because you're continuously thinking about work. I've seen people sat on the beach and their kids are playing around them and they're sat on their phone and they're like, oh, I can't talk now. I'm doing some work. Work needs me. The kids just want your time. They want your engagement, that hug, that sitting and watching a film or going to the park and kicking a football round, or go build a den in the woods, learn something about nature. All these things, they're free and they're amazing for engagement, and they're the things your kids will remember. The amount of times that I've heard our kids say this is the best day ever, when what we've done is we've gone for a dog walk and we've built some dens and then we've come home and we've made our own pizza. It's not important. The big stuff is not important. It's the experience. It's the time together. They just want you. And the last one, and you're probably going to say I came up with this one, and that's coaching won't work for me. And I hear this quite a lot. It's, oh, I've had a coach before, or I've talked to a therapist, or I've done this. And the challenge is, to be honest, the industry can be a bit funny in the fact that there's a lot of people that are coaches that have no experience. Like, they're a life coach that's not really had a life. And that's going to offend some people. The problem is, the challenges you face, sometimes you need more than the coach. Sometimes you need a little someone that can put their mentor hat on, that can put their sort of coaching hat on, that knows when to put their arm around you, when to give you a kick up the arse, to be honest. And that's the importance of a coach that's been there and that can transform you. Similarly with health and fitness, you see so many ripped Adonis like PTs, and they've been through their whole life, genetically gifted. They work incredibly hard, so I don't take that away from them, but maybe they've never really been overweight. Maybe they used to do bodybuilding contests, or they used to be strongman contests. And now they're like, hang on, what do you mean you can't do 5 hours a week in the gym? What do you mean life got in the way? What do you mean? And they can't comprehend someone has this other stuff going on, that this is not their single focus in life. And that's where it's really important to have a coach and a mentor and someone that can take you on that journey, that's been on that journey before you, not that's read some coaching manuals or has been on a PT course or done all these things. They're all important, but having that breadth across the whole lot, how do you bring it together, is critically important. So back to why you're feeling like this. I mean, the best analogy is, you're a wonky bar stool. So you're a bar stool that's got 4 legs on it, and 1 of them, 2 of them, 3 of them are shorter than they should be. Now, the problem is your performance or your career is probably like up really high, but then the others are down, and it's really hard to sit on a bar stool that's the legs are the wrong. You're continuously trying to keep yourself balanced. You're continuously moving like this. And what does that do for you? It's stressful. It's frustrating. You can't relax. Like, you've got to continuously keep fighting it. And that's you. That's what your body and your mind is doing continuously as you try and get yourself in balance. And that was me. So I am not a judge. I am just talking from my experience and trying to make the world a better place. So, all right, that's enough from me. I know you're incredibly busy. that will have resonated. It may have felt uncomfortable, like when people first started saying to me I needed to change. I was like, don't you start. But I promise you, when you start to lean into these things, when you start to go on a journey, it will transform you, and it is a flywheel. You start to fix one area, other areas come up. So as I fixed my mindset, I started to improve at work, and my fitness was better because I felt more confident about myself. As my fitness improved, I was happy to stand on stage. There was more activities I'd do at work. I wasn't scared to sort of do some of the team building things. All these things compound up to then being able to excel in my career, to work less hours, to get my life back and really start to thrive. And that's what I want to do, and that's how I want to help you. So if that's resonated, click on the link below. We'll go through to the next section, which talks about it in a little more detail. Thank you very much, and have an awesome day.